Alright guys, we're making some Cajun keto gumbo. We got 8 ounces of baby bella mushroom. We got 3 ounces of green onion. And we got about 8 to 10 cloves of garlic in here. Some olive oil in the bottom of the pan. We got it real hot. We're getting the vegetables cooking so we can pull that flavor out into the oil before we put our meat in. Over here we got 8 ounces of bacon, 12 ounces of sausage, about 20 ounces of steak. We're going to use about 8 to 10 ounces of spinach, and we're going to use about 10 ounces of the shredded collard greens. And we just took a little mixture of seasoning to start with, nothing specific. We got some black pepper, this pink Himalayan salt mix, regular Himalayan salt, some Slap Your Mama seasoning, some garlic powder, and we're sauteing everything up in this avocado oil. She's getting real tender right now before we add that meat in there.
You do this for like 10 minutes.
You're going to do that for about 10 minutes. She's got some water over here, so when she starts browning her meat, as the meat starts to dry up and there's nothing left in the bottom of the pan, she'll start adding a little bit of water at a time just to keep it cooking, just to keep that flavor moving around inside there. And then she'll take her collard greens, 10 ounces of collard greens, 8 to 10 ounces of spinach, and she'll start cooking that in there slowly. And then she'll add some chicken broth or chicken stock at the end. Just a little bit, just for flavor. Maybe you like it a little soupy, maybe you can add a little bit more because you want more of like a stew style or like a soup style. But man, it smells good already.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it smells real good. You don't reckon we could put that meat in there now?
Yeah, I'm fixing to add it
Because
it's cooking.
It's cooking and that heat is up there. And I already see the edges of those onions starting to crisp.
This is the bacon.
Put the bacon in there.
Let it cook a little bit and then we'll add the steak.
I didn't know it was going to get that hot. Today the stove was working good.
For a change, it is.
Yeah.
Usually that burner don't work.
I mean, I put a pan on there the last time, and I had that sucker on high, and it acted like it was all the way on low. But today, we're going to get a new oven. When I come back from my class, that's what I'm going to do. I go to class the 17th, 18th, and 19th in New Orleans. What I'm going to do is come back and go and get a new stove.
I'm glad this one, because I cook on the back burner takes longer.
Yeah, that back burner didn't do me any good either. I'm going to get these scissors. Where's the scissors at? On them I see them.
I think I put them in the sink.
Okay, would you grab a big salad bowl so I can measure this out for you while you're cooking? And see, on these greens you can add more. We're probably going to actually use more than 10 ounces because it cooks down so much. This is a 32 ounce bag. Oh, you know what I should have? Now that bowl don't weigh much anyway.
I got you that one because it didn't weigh that much.
Yeah, this one doesn't. It weighs like, I think it's like not even 4 ounces or something.
The
No.
red one is heavy.
So that's 11 ounces in there right now. And then we'll add 9 ounces of spinach. That's too much. The greens don't have to be perfect. You get the idea though. We're just using it as a filler. There we go. So we got 11 ounces of collard greens, and we got 9 ounces of the spinach.
I'm adding the steak there.
You put the steak in there right now.
And then I'm going to put the lid on it.
And let it cook.
Let it cook.
When are you going to put that sausage in there?
right before I put the greens in there, let it cook down. I gotta get the steak tender.
Okay.
As soon as this gets tender, which shouldn't be very long, I put the seasoning in there. Because the sausage has its own seasoning, so you don't have to get the meat
Okay.
or the bacon.
That's why you're the cook.
It's already cooked, so all it's got to do is just be heated up.
Okay. What did you growing up? Did anybody ever say anything? Did you ever hear bad about fat's bad for you? Don't eat fat.
Yeah. I was told that when I first had my first heart attack. They said no more fat, no more this, no more that. It's bad for your cholesterol. And well, I started the keto diet. I went to the doctor 2 weeks ago. I'd lost 12 pounds, and my cholesterol was perfect.
That's amazing.
So he took me off my cholesterol medicine, and he asked me what I was doing, and I told him I was doing the keto diet, and he said that was good. He was glad that I started the diet. So.
How old is your doctor?
He is probably in his late 50s, early 60s.
Now, do you think he's one of them, not old timers, but do you think he's more open to stuff changing in the world?
He's open to the old. I mean, he is an old doctor, an elderly doctor, but he agreed with the keto diet, so.
But you said, did you not say he does a lot of his own research and he gets on there and checks into things?
He does. He gets on the computer and he checks out a lot of stuff.
And he was okay with it?
He was okay with it. He told me to keep on doing it.
The way I see it is if your condition of life is changing and you feel better.
I was diagnosed with lupus too about a month ago. And my hands hurt really, really bad with the lupus. Right now, my hands don't hurt near as bad since I started the keto diet.
Well, I know at AutoZone today you was pushing on that thing and you weren't having a hard time pushing on it.
No.
But, I mean, it works. It's just a matter of trying to get more people like you and like me that want to speak out about it and let people know. Is it hard? Do you think it's hard to do?
No. I wasn't eating a lot of bread anyway, so it was really easy for me to switch over. Now, I do get a sweet tooth, but he introduced me to the ice cream.
The Halo Top.
The Halo Top. It is expensive, but I don't eat a lot of it. I take 1 or 2 bites a night, and then I'm fine.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
And so, I'm trying to talk my sister-in-law into doing it, because she has a lot of joint pain. And so I'm going to try to get her on it.
See, that's what we need to do, is we need to start networking this stuff and talking to more people about it. And I think overall, man, them puppies are loud.
And they are loud.
See, that's what we're dealing with right now, guys. We got the 2 baby puppies on top of trying to do the keto stuff and get healthy.
But I don't eat a lot of meat, but I do eat what I cook.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But
you like a lot of salad.
I like a lot of salad.
Berries. She don't eat a lot of berries, but she likes to eat some berries.
I like to eat some berries, but I do try to get in a little bit of meat because it is good for you. And but I weighed yesterday and I'm down to 155. So
this is a woman of God right here, all over the house.
I got little notes all over the house because if I don't, I'm gonna slip. I mean, you slip every once in a while, but I like my little Bible verses because it gives me strength.
Do you think that society in general will ever accept something like a ketogenic diet where it's high fat, or is there always going to be somebody trying to tear it down?
Somebody's always going to knock it down. Somebody's always going to have something negative to say about anything that you do.
Right.
So, I'm
you
living proof that it does work. I've never had a normal cholesterol reading. I've been, you know, first time I ever had my cholesterol drawn, I was 25 years old. They said, you're going to have a stroke by the time you're 30 or 40. So I was really, really happy when he told me my cholesterol was normal.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So guys, this stuff does work. This stuff really does work. Now, how do you, when you have to deal with a craving, there's a lot of times where I have to say, hey, easy now. But there's people that say, oh, go get a fat bomb. Go get some treat or something like that. There's a lot of times, even when you crave stuff, you don't go get ice cream. You just push through it. Drink some water.
I drink water.
Occupy your mind.
I go out there and work in the yard with you.
Get some, eat. You know what I do is I like to keep some jerky or something around. I don't not necessarily have to put sweets in my mouth all the time, and a lot of times that'll work for me. But do you find that being occupied works rather than giving into urges?
Right.
And I feel like there's a lot of doctors and medical professionals and stuff out there that want to make excuses why people should go make these fat bombs and have all these sweets and keto treats and stuff like that, and they're not being real.
They're not.
They don't realize people are bored.
Idle hands is a devil's playground.
Yeah. Idle hands is the devil's playground. You guys have heard me say that before, and it's the truth. If you are not occupied and you're used to living the same way all the time, and you're used to finishing your dinner up with treats throughout your whole entire life, and then you get older and you find that your life has to change a little bit, and you can't keep doing the same thing over and over,
No.
but you still try to justify why you did it growing up. Why can't you do it now? It's just something that was a learned behavior.
Right. You have to just change your lifestyle.
You have to break that stuff, and it's not all about going and getting a fat bomb and going and drinking some bulletproof coffee or going and getting some keto bread or whatever, or even Halo Top ice cream. Sometimes you just got to get busy.
I don't have Halo right now.
Right.
So
You just got to get busy sometimes. You just got to...
my house is a wreck right now. So, like, I did all the unpacking for him. That's how I kept busy. I got a little bit more to do.
Right.
But it'll get done.
So the answer is not always go try to find a fat
Stuff
bomb
your
or
face.
stuff your face. Sometimes you just got to get busy or take your butt to bed. Go take a shower and relax. Go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Go out in the yard, do some yard work. Cook a nice meal that you haven't cooked in a while. Get your mind
I
off.
love cooking, so I try to have something ready for him when he gets home from work.
My aunt, she takes care of me.
So.
She does. Are you... What's that look like? You got to really get that brown, huh?
Yeah. I'm just trying to get it tender before I get it brown.
So you cook that water out of there is what you're going to do?
Yeah, after it gets real tender, I'll cook it. See, it makes its own water.
Yeah, it smells so good. So this is kind of, the water is just a precaution.
Right, you don't want it to stick and burn.
Right.
But as long as you keep the lid on it and let it cook, that meat will tenderize.
So basically, once you cook all that water out of it and you got a little bit of brownness to it,
Then you just add water to it.
you'll add a little bit of water. But what happens if you get it where you want it, there's still a little bit of water in the bottom. You don't have to add water.
No.
You can just go ahead and start adding your
Start
greens and your
adding my
sausage
greens,
in.
And then you add a little bit of water. Or the chicken broth. You let the chicken broth cook the greens.
Okay. I don't want to keep, stay on the video because I don't know how long it's going to take for you to finish that up. But I think that you guys get the gist of what to do. And you'll cook this down until it's nice and soft. It doesn't have to be...
It takes like 10 minutes for all that to cook.
Once the meat's done, it'll be about 10 minutes for all this to cook right here.
Right. It don't take greens long to cook.
Right. And then I think a little bit of water in the bottom of it is going to help get some of that flavor up to the top of the greens and help cook it down.
Right.
So, I mean, at this point, I think you guys know enough about cooking. If you've been watching my channel and you have anything to do with my Facebook group, once you cook your meat down and you kind of get it browned a little bit,
It makes its own gravy, and then you just add the greens.
you'll have a little bit of gravy left in the bottom if you don't get rid of all the water. And you can go ahead and add your greens to it and add your sausage to it. Put your lid back on and wait about another 10 minutes.
And then it's done.
And your dinner will be ready. I wish I could show them a finished product, but
Well, you can get back on when the product's finished.
yeah, but I don't know if it'll let me pause and then start again. I don't think that's how this YouTube works. It's alright.
Well, you can get back on there when it's...
Right. I'll show them the finished product when it's done. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and kick this off now. There'll be a part 2 to this finished. At that point, when it starts looking like it's going to be done, and we start putting it on plates to eat, I give you guys a shout out and get you back on here and show you the finished product. I appreciate you watching, and thank you for supporting. If you haven't subscribed and you're a new subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. There's a little bell over in the corner. After you hit the subscribe button, if you hit that bell, it'll notify you when we come up with our family ideas and stuff on how to do our keto meals and just shaking things up a little bit, the keto Cajun style. And that's kind of like my thing right now. Everything Cajun cooking, keto style, trying to do it the southern way. And thank you for your support. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cajun kisses.
Mwah.